Hi, my name's Tony and this is my daughter Faye, and I'd like to show you how I use Nature Sway. First time I'd use a sling, I would lay it out on a nice soft flat surface like this. I would open it, there's a safety clip here, unclip it, open the buckle, open it out. Now what you're looking for is the right positioning in the sling for the baby. Now there's a stitch line that runs on an angle to the body of the sling here. At the base of the stitch line is a tag, and at the top of the stitch line is a little star. And the head goes on the rail at the star here, and the bum sits on this tag. That puts them across this stitch line, which has them on an angle, which means that when you're actually carrying them, their back is nice and straight. So the first time I would suggest anyone using one of these, they would open it, do it like this. It's very safe. It's very, you build up your confidence. So lay it open. Take the baby. Okay. I'm going to go on a sling. Here we are. Yeah. Here we go on a sling. So bum on the tag, head on the rail. That's right. Yeah. Waking up. Yeah. And then close the sling up like this. Put the safety clip over the top. And then come in and actually put your body through. At this point you scoop them up.
You've got to be careful not to twist that back piece, eh?
Okay. Scoop them up so you're actually holding them, and then adjust the sling to sit nice. That's right. Have their, just the top of their head supported on the rail there.
That's right.
Okay. And you can adjust it. There. Now you can see that she's sitting in here nicely. Her back is actually quite straight. The head is supported on the rail here. I can see her, she can see me. And she's in a nice position that I can actually pick her up and hold her. If I need to, I can not hold her. She just hangs there. That's one of the great things about the sling. You can actually pick them up. Hey. If they need a burp or they just need a little howser, you can pick them up, still in the sling, and as they nod off, if you've got something else going on, you can just relax them back inside. Like that. Now if you need to adjust it, there's adjustments on the back. The two buckles allow you to adjust the top and the bottom rails independently. So my baby's starting to wake up and I want to take her out of the sling now. So I would suggest that the safest and most comfortable way to do it, especially at the beginning before you get some confidence up, is again to use a nice flat surface. Actually I would take the safety clip off, the safety loop off there first, like this, so it's now flapping around. You can see that the great thing about this thing, you can actually hold the baby. This thing it's not doing anything now. Lay it down, unbuckle that, and you just peel away. She's waking up, but if she was asleep, I'd be able to put her down here and she'd probably stay asleep. And then you can very simply just lift her out of the sling. Or she wakes up. Like that. Now one thing I would like to mention, another great use of this is shade. We have them all around all the time, and it sits over the capsule really well. It's just the perfect shape to create that extra little bit of shade. We have it on the back of the car seat. We just have it knocking around. It's a really great accessory to have, even if you're not using it directly as a sling. I'm just going to move her out of the sun a little bit. Faye's quite used to the sling. She's been carried around by me in it many times. Even the first day she was here, Mum was recuperating. I had Faye in the sling. I was cruising around looking after the number one, her big sister, and she's bobbing around in the sling at 12 hours old. It was awesome.
Wow.
So the tag always at the front. Hey babe. Tag's always at the front. Doesn't matter which side you have it on. This side, tag at the front. Whether you have it on this side, they're the same. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick her up and I'm going to put her in this while it's on me now. I'm looking for the star at the top of the stitch. I'm looking for the tag at the bottom of the stitch line. This is the way the body's going to go on. Her body's going to go in the sling here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick her up and rest her on my shoulder, so she's head supported up here. I'm going to hold her against me, and then I'm going to move the sling. I'm going to look over the top. I'm going to find these two items here. I'm going to put them on the baby, and then I'll lean forward and I'll allow her. I'll just let her sink into it, and then after she's sinking into it, I'll get the back rail and the front rail here on the angle, and I'll give it a bit of a twist, and she'll be in there in the right spot. Come on, Papa. Oh, is that right? So I'm going to rest her over my shoulder just like you would when you're burping them. Hold their bum. Legs in first, get them out of the way so you can really effectively get it just in the right spot. Find that, pull the sling around, tag on her bum, star on the back of her head, hold the sling against her, and then just relax her in. You can see I've still got all the weight of her in my hands, and transfer the weight slowly into the sling. There's that little twist. You get a little bit of adjustment just to make sure that the rail runs across the back of the head here. And you can see her back's nice and straight. She's in a good position. You can see I'm doing it like sitting down. That's really great. You've got your lap here as a safety. You can rest her bum on there, and then when you're confident, you can stand up. I can do it standing up. I can do it sitting in the car. And so you can get her installed in the sling before you even get out. Very convenient. So a few things I like about the sling. I like that I can see her. She's not lying with her face and her body against mine like in a pack where she's squeezed up. She's actually sitting independently and sitting up and out. I can see her, she can see me. Often baby carrying can get quite hot because your bodies are very close together with all this other fabric. These can be quite good. You can get a bit of air between you and her. One of the main things I really love about the sling is the speed of putting it on. So quick, you know, so versatile, and I really like the fact that you can do something. I've got two hands right here. Something simple like taking the lid off a jar, you know, to make yourself a cup of tea can be virtually impossible with a baby in tow. So I wear this around the house. I just pop her in here and, you know, carry on going. Most things, not all things. I'm not allowed to do all things. So to adjust the sling, she's a little bit high at the moment. If I want to drop her down slightly, you've got these two buckles at the back here, and they're very easily, you can just pull them, and you can see I can adjust her down a bit lower. If I wanted to sit her up a little bit, what I can do is come through here, find the top one, which is the top rail, and I can just give that a bit of a pull. And that sits her up a bit higher. If you were using them for the first time, I would definitely suggest doing it with a partner or getting some help to do it. You know, you just turn around and they can adjust it. You can boost the baby, take the weight off to allow that to happen, and just work with somebody else until you're confident. And when you are confident, you'll be able to do it by yourself. Also, the other thing you can do is loosen the bottom rail so much that this comes out the way. So again, I'll just come to the back here. Loosen that out of the way. And if I was sitting down and a woman, then you would be able to support them in this, and they could do some feeding. And if you're in a public place, it's really good because you can use the side as a bit of a protective cover there. Is that right? So now I've slackened it off, I'm just going to do it back up again. Take the weight of the baby. Do it up a little bit.